Hey there YouTube, it's Leo Beastmode back with my Castlevania Order of Ecclesia Let's Play. Right now, I think we left off just going into the village for this first time, and now we're moving on to Prison Island. We have to get to this forest. I think this is actually the first stage where I actually started having to face annoying enemies. Either enemies that you can't see until the last second, or enemies that just keep moving out of range of your attacks. If you have the Raper glyph for this stage, it would be a pain because it would be so difficult to hit, especially those floating enemies. I can't remember what they're called. Those little squiggly tanglers coming out of the ground pop up at the last second. And you got the Macer glyph, which is the hammer glyph. Pretty slow as a weapon. Oh, yeah, that's why these enemies are annoying, because they can catch you in midair, and they keep floating around until they manage to do that. You can't do anything while you're grabbed like that. Gotta watch those tangles in the ground, but they're called Une or something. Get absorb his glyph when he starts casting it. You can tell by when you see the little circle push up right when he does it. And you can keep doing this and it'll replenish your hearts by 10 every time. So that's kind of one reason to keep absorbing glyphs you already have. It also gives you points toward improving that. Anyway, yeah, if you have the Raper glyph for this level, not only does it do less damage than most of your other glyphs, but it's so hard to hit those floating enemies with it. So yeah, the sword glyph is really a very useful thing right now. I think right about here I'm gonna pull out my that new glyph I got from that mage, which is a zombie summoning glyph. Honestly, it is a pretty crappy glyph, but what it does do, at least for me in this part of the stage, is I'm having trouble with these bats. These bats are really annoying. They like pop out at the wrong time and they flutter around at a height that just messes with you. So what I want to use is I just use the freaking zombie as a bat shield. Yeah, who would have ever thought using a zombie as a bat shield? Every time I see a bat, just fly away, get behind the zombie, let it freaking get hit. Rather than sitting there trying to jump around and hit the goddamn thing. It also can block those things. I mean, it's not a horrible summon. Actually, no, I take it back. It is a horrible summon. It doesn't do shit. The only thing that's remotely useful about it is right now I'm using it as a bat shield. Any other... See? He's even got my back right there. And finally, we're cooking with fire with this axe glyph. It's a really useful glyph, primarily because it's ranged, and it also does a decent amount of damage. About as much as a sword glyph, I think. A little bit less, actually. But it hits at an arc, so I can hit those freaking floating booger tentacle things with it. I can also hit those things at range. I can also hit multiple things at range. And I just summoned a zombie on top of that bat. See, that is what a bat shield is supposed to do. That's probably... And it got another bat just then. Seriously, this thing, it's not very useful. I'm only finding it useful at this point in time. See, it got another bat. At this point in time, because honestly, there's no other use for that stupid thing. It moves so slow, and it does so little damage, although it can hit multiple enemies, and since, you know, pets in this game are invulnerable, well, I think pets in all of the Castlevania games are invulnerable. They can't be killed, so they can just walk all over enemies and constantly do damage, but you'd think that would be useful, but it's not. It really isn't. Because they do such little damage, and the enemies, the bosses and stuff move around so much, it's impossible to do any decent damage with them. But right now, against like weak-ass bats and stuff, it's actually not bad. It's doing its job as a bat shield. Ooh, I get that One and then this freaking skeleton knight. Nah, and I missed that one. And you can just sit here and absorb all this guy's glyphs Basically so I can replenish my hearts. See, now I got 39. And a level up. Not bad. I'm actually not doing horribly. I take it back. I'm at 1/3 life. It is pretty horrible. But, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I think when I first went through here, facing these enemies for the first time, I was like, God dang, I can't kill any of this shit because one thing is coming at me, then another is coming at me, um, while I'm freaking floating in the air. Yeah, those stupid things, and then freaking tangle of things popping up out of the ground. Just really annoying. But yeah, after every area, it's really useful to go ahead and go back and save. You can go back and buy stuff. You can go ahead and fill up your hearts and all that good stuff. Um, this stage is pretty easy. It's really useful to have the axe, primarily because it is mid-range. It hits in an arc, and therefore you don't have to actually aim it up or down. It just you just throw it and bam, there you go. But yeah, you're definitely gonna need something to hit those those mermen as they come out of the water. If you didn't have an axe, I mean, if you were using anything like a sword or whatever, you'd have to be in the water to kill them, and that would just be painful. I don't know how I dodged that needle. I don't know. But yeah, these fish can be annoying, if only because when they start flying in the air, you can't. They go off screen sometimes, so you can't really see them. That zombie actually scared me right there. I thought that was a zombie in here. I was like, what the fuck? Ah, we got another guy here. Whee-wee! Hey, you saved me. Thanks. I'm Jacob. Got a general store in Woggle Village. And on that note, I should probably be getting back to it. But listen, I might have some things you can use. Come by the shop, and we'll do business. Yeah, I gave him a Texas accent, really. I'm from Texas, so I don't know. That was a horrible Texas accent. I mean, I'm from Texas, but I don't sound like I don't even sound like I'm from the south of the U.S. But whatever. And then I got freaking fish got the jump on me, annoying little bastards. But yeah, you also notice that part of the map is you can see like is not revealed. I'm just getting the top part of the map, and honestly, that's because, well, you just can't go there yet. Actually struggling a tad bit right here, having a lot more trouble than I usually do. Oh no, freaking things were right on my ass. Yeah, that was a waste. I actually really like the way the waves look in the back. That's pretty cool. Cool little feature there. But yeah, this stage is pretty short. There's not really much to it on the top. There's more under it though. A lot more under. Anyway, go back to the village. I think at this point I've decided to go to the store, the general store, and see what they have. They actually do have some stuff, but honestly, it's not really worth buying. The only reason that I'm buying it is because I'd like the extra protection, and what am I going to spend money on right now? At this point, I don't care. I actually have a decent amount of money. I should probably be reading this text, but honestly, it's saying, he's just saying, yeah, thank you, can't give you anything for free, because he's a fucking cheap-ass bastard, and saving people's lives doesn't really matter. Anyway, he doesn't really sell much right now, but as you progress in the game, of course, he gets more stuff, and you save more villagers, and they add their stuff to his stock, and you can buy it. Right now, it just got this little babushka that increases defense, intelligence, and mind a bit, and then the body that increases defense by about 4 points. And then these boots, there's two boots. More expensive one, it's like, why not? It's 400 more freaking gold or whatever more. Just gonna go through, sell all this extra stuff. I really don't have anything extra except for the equipment that I was wearing, and I already sold that. I think that's about it. I didn't sell it.
Back again.
Sure, yeah, whatever. I'll have some more coming in soon, so check back with me, whatever. Just go and save, man. I didn't equip this stuff already. Yep. And yep. They don't have anything else. Accessories, I think we'll be picking up one in this episode, but I don't think it's really worth much. I think it ultimately lowers your other stats, but yep, we're going into this annoying bastard of a stage. I don't know why I had so much trouble with this stage though, especially with the first boss. Got a little teleporty room at the beginning that'll be helpful to get out of here, like after you beat everything in here. But actually there's an entrance and an exit. Once you get to the end of the stage, it's also the exit, so you don't need to teleport back. But anyway, for this boss, he is weak to striking damage, so we're gonna put on the mace and we're gonna summon the zombie, because honestly it does some extra damage here and there, so why not? When it does that punch, you want to lunge. When it does that, you want to get out of the way, otherwise it's gonna grab you and punch the shit out of you. But I don't know why I keep getting hit by his foot. Like, he's not even kicking me. Yeah, you just duck right there, and you can just sit there and smack him. Then he pulls back his leg. He's gonna go back, and then he's gonna leap. You slide under, and you just hit. Problem is, when you get on this side, he's gonna just go all insane and stuff and come at you. So you gotta get right back on that side. Just put my zombie glyph back on. Have him try and do something. Yeah, he doesn't do bad. I mean, I bet all that damage is adding up. And this is pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of this fight. Gotta level up too. I barely won that with 14 more HP. I think one more hit would have killed me. Yeah, that was horrible. But I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the village and gonna just save so I don't have to fight that stupid thing again. Cause I don't know. Every time I fight him, I just have more and more trouble. The first time I fought him, I beat him, and he didn't even hit me. The second time, actually, I think he did hit me or something like that. But he really barely did any damage to me. And the second time, I barely beat him. And the third time, he fucking beat me. And then the fourth time, it's like I kept losing to him. It's like now that I actually beat him on the first time, or the first time for this playthrough, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and save and make sure. This is a little annoying because if you screw up and get spotted by the spotlights, an enemy does appear and come after your ass. And I got an iron ore, no, a copper ore. Copper ore it's for one of the quests. Usually stuff like that, like cotton thread, iron ore, sage, and all that stuff, they're used for completing quests for the villagers. So whenever possible, I wouldn't say grind for it, but a lot of times it doesn't just drop for you. You can't just find it in a box all the time and use it. You have to actually go after certain enemies and kill them for it. And I think the luck stat has a lot to do with getting drops. So I don't know, you just have to have like equipment that increases luck while you're basically grinding off these enemies, and they'll be more likely to drop the stuff you need. I got a magic ticket. Magic tickets are useful because if you're in a part of the stage and you're about to die and there's no save point anywhere near, you can just use a magic ticket, get back to the village. And little bastard, it's out of range. I think I do something real stupid. I put on a rapier and try and stab him, and then he just slashes the shit out of me. Yeah, I didn't go really that well. I'm gonna put the axe back on. But yeah, you want to go to this area first. When you go straight to that long corridor, go down, because this is basically a dead end. A dead end with some treasure chests, that is. So I mean, it's not useless to come down here and kill everything first. You just kill everything and pick up the chests and then never come back. Oh, and look, I got a glyph. That is the lance glyph. It's not particularly useful. I mean, it's basically like the rapier, but stronger, and it's a bit wider range, so it does hit things a bit easier. And I can't remember what its glyph combo thingy is. Glyph union does. I don't really remember. This little thing and decreases defense and mind, but increases intelligence by 1, so it's not very useful. We're gonna skip using that. It's rare that you'll actually come across equipment that's crappier than the stuff that you can just buy at the village. So yeah, we're just gonna sell that when we get back. For now, we'll just keep with what we've got, move forward, and just keep going up, and kill that. Usually they drop a glyph as well. Anything that when you kill it and it kind of disappears in that puff of smoke, or I don't know what you call that, like that triangle smoke crap. Like, it means usually that it has a chance to drop a glyph. For those, they sometimes drop the lance glyph, and for these, they drop a different one. And you may be thinking, why is he only using one glyph? He's using the axe all the time, except for like when I use that mace glyph. Well, if you think about it, the axe and the rapier, they both do slashing damage, which doesn't really make any sense, honestly, because I think there should have been a third type of physical damage, like piercing. But since they both do slashing damage, whenever you use one, it's going to power up the other. Oh yeah, there's a secret wall there that gets you into the little center area on the map, on the upper left map, if you can see it. Priestess ring, it lowers attack, increases defense, lowers strength, increases constitution, lowers intelligence, increases mind. It's basically a defensive ring, but it slightly decreases all of your offensive stats. I think it's overall a decent thing if you're actually trying to up your defenses. But if you're just good at the game, you can forget all about defenses and just equip all offensive equipment and kill everything really, really fast. I mean, the only reason that I'm putting it on is because I suck, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Me throwing a couple more hits, I don't really care. I honestly don't. And these things, I mean, yeah, they're starting to fuck with me. So I'm gonna just, yeah, get out of there. There's no way to get up there right now, so we're just gonna skip that. Yep, it wouldn't be a Castlevania game if it didn't force, or a Metroidvania game if it didn't force you to come and backtrack to areas that you couldn't normally go to before. But let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go this way because it's another dead end. But there is a treasure at the end, so it's not completely useless. And these things, motherfuckers. I think he like corners me or something. I end up backing off some more. Oh no, he dies. But as you can see, I pretty much suck at this game. I'm not very good. I'm not really good at any games. I think the only ones that I enjoy is like, I mean, the one that I feel that I'm pretty proficient at are like strategy type, turn-based, like tactical games. But even then, I'm only good in the sense that I can make do with very little. I don't usually min or max in those games. I usually still whip shit without really much effort. As far as these Twitch-based games, I really do enjoy them, especially make. Oh wait, gotta read some dialogue. Albus, impressive, Shauna. It's fortunate I already prepared you a reward. Oh, it is. Why'd you even take that in the first place if you're just gonna give it right back? It's the best I can do for the time being. This, Dominus, is what you came for, is it not? Go ahead, take it. How about I just hit you? Yeah, he doesn't. The freaking game doesn't let you defeat him, so it doesn't really matter. You know, he doesn't. I don't think he actually uses that when you fight him as a boss. And you can't just leave. It's weird. They want you. They force you to take this thing. I mean, it moves the story along. I would not suggest using that glyph, though. It really is, Dominus. What are you thinking? Figured. With that much power, it's impossible to conceal its source. The source of Dominus? What does that mean? What it means, dear, is that I was right. This is your last chance. Come back to Ecclesia. We've been over this. My place is no longer as that old man's errand boy. I have a role to fulfill, and fulfill it I shall. I don't think I'm cheesy enough right there. How was he able to create a glyph without casting it? I thought only I could. Master Barlow should hear of this. I.e., it's telling you that we have to go back to Order of Ecclesia, so we can talk to Barlow. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to continue this little dungeon here. And money, so yeah, there's that. And a villager. Haha! Rescued at last, but only to be butchered by this she-devil. I have no interest in butchering you, sir. You promise? Well, thank you. I guess that's what you say when people save your life, right? I'm Abram. I'm the town's official healer. Please come visit my establishment if you dare. I don't know why he added that at the end. I mean, is he supposed to be an evil healer? I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna go ahead and go up this way. And I think this guy, yeah, he corners me. I keep trying to hit him, and he keeps freaking... Yeah, no, this time he corners me. I accidentally fall because I was trying to freaking slide. And then he keeps moving forward, and I'm like, God damn it! Motherfucker! And he always gets that last little kick in. Sometimes oh, and then we get some sage right there. That's gonna be useful. These are easy. It's the enemies that like do that little last attack thing before they die. They do that a couple times with certain enemies in this game, where even if you kill them, they're still gonna throw that last hit at you regardless. He's not really too hard, just a lot of HP. He doesn't even hit very hard at all. This axe really is just too powerful. Like, I can hit stuff through floors. How much sense does that even make? I mean, granted, in the old Castlevania games, yeah, axe just goes in and out regardless of what's on the screen. I'm just saying, it's so much better than most of my other glyphs. It's so easier to use. I'm even right now just trying to use a different glyph just because. And I believe those skeletons are weak to smashing damage, so, or striking damage, I should say. It's talking about smashing damage like it's City of Heroes. Man, I missed that game. Um, anyway, there's a treasure chest here. I can't remember what's in it. Iron ore, more stuff for villager quests. This map is actually almost done. Oh, and then we got a lance glyph right here. Absorb that and move on. I think there's a save point nearby, so what we're gonna do before we go up, we're gonna go over here. Yep, save point. Get healed, get saved, and yeah, get saved because it's a godly statue. Odd how Order of Ecclesia kind of claims to be kind of a religious organization. It's a church basically. That's what I sense from it. And yet here you are doing freaking magic and using glyphs and stuff. That's not what holy people do. Not especially not in the old Castlevania games. And notice that you don't ever. Yeah, you notice how you never get like a holy water glyph, because I don't know, anybody that uses freaking magic is probably not holy, like not religious right there. At least not religious in the sense of Christianity. Can't be using magic. That's against his teachings. But that all comes into play as the story progresses. Shut up, kitty! Goddamn. I think, well, yeah, once you save the cats, you never have to hear their bullcrap again. Yeah, I was thinking there was probably another box over there, but there wasn't. This is really like the last little area of the map over here. Nice how that axe actually sliced that arrow. I think that's, yeah, we gotta continue over that way. So we're not done quite yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm gonna absorb this glyph. This is the sickle glyph. As far as I know, it's slashing damage. Oh crap. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, oh, there's an arrow glyph right there. I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna go and save, but then before I try this room, but save point's way the hell over there, so I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, this part can be a little hard if you're not timing your jumps right. I think I get hit once out of the whole thing. I'm surprised I did not get hit there. Oh, nope, I didn't get hit. Awesome. I guess I don't suck that bad. But that can be a pain. That really can. Because those things do a lot of damage when you get hit by them. But the rapier, not the rapier glyph, the sickle glyph, I honestly don't know what, I think the difference between it and the sword glyph is it just has a bit more upper range, but it has less forward range. I rarely ever use the thing, but it's all slashing damage, so whatever. Honestly, don't even understand why they have so many friggin' weapon glyphs. And then I tried to use the electric magic glyph, and that is not gonna work against those flying enemies that I just faced, because I think they resist lightning. So, and also the lightning glyph uses so much magic. pretty simple little area, actually. And that's pretty much the end. Oh, and the glyph sleeve allows you to equip 3 sets of glyphs, so it has its uses. Actually, I take it back, it's extremely useful. It saves me from having to sit here and manually swap all this crap over and over and over every time I want to use something different. I'm gonna go back to this area and save.
Yo, there you are!
I forgot why I even bothered talking to him. Oh, it's because I picked up a frigging item. The sage. The stuff that he's looking for. I actually picked it up before I saved him, so that's useful. Oh yeah, I'm probably supposed to be reading this, but whatever.
Later.
Yeah, he doesn't give you anything.
There you are!
You give him the sage, and then he just says, well, I've got medicine, but you have to buy it from this guy. Good luck.
My stuff really works. Welcome. Hey, want to buy something? Come back again.
Honestly, there's still nothing really useful to buy in this village. And I got ore and everything, but I haven't saved that villager yet either. And out of nowhere, I decided to play this record, so... Blast from the Past. The original Castlevania theme right here. Can't get better than that, though. I wish I would have picked a more recent rendition of it, though. I think that's really pretty much the end. There's nothing left in the village to explore, so
Hello.
oh yeah, I try and talk with this guy again, but he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything different. Basically, that we just have to save the rest of the villagers. So at this point, I'm just gonna save, and I'm gonna end this second episode. So, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.